I already found all these books, though it didn't really do anything to upgrade it. Alright, so since we're up here, we can't talk to Liliana right now. We'll talk to her labs.
I set aside an entire shelf for Grey Warden lore, and so far it's not even half full. Those wardens and their secrets. So much lore, so much information. Look at all these books. Can't talk, Inquisitor. Too much to do.
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor. Here it is.
What is your evaluation of how we're doing?
I am able to pursue my duties with optimal efficiency thanks to Skyhold's present state.
As you were.
Yes, Inquisitor. Far be it for me to suggest a training adjustment. My dear, I know you must have a great deal on your mind right now, but I need to speak with you. You know as well as I how far the Inquisition's influence has spread, and how desperate the Grand Clerics have become. Our opinion will be instrumental in their election of the new Divine.
They want Liliana and Cassandra as candidates.
The Inquisition may not be invited to their vote, but our actions will certainly influence the Grand Clerics. To sit on the Sunburst throne, a candidate should have grace, charm, and a will of solid steel. Cassandra may lack the first two, but unless you can think of someone better, she is the strongest choice.
Where can we find candidates outside of the Chantry? There must be someone other than Liliana or Cassandra.
The Chantry is already desperate. They would not look to unordained women if they had any choice. You may have better luck searching the halls of the Imperial Court. There are many women serving the Empire who have the necessary presence and acumen.
What would your ideal Divine do with her power?
The most important thing, of course, is the restoration of the Circles and the Templar Order. The institutions that have protected Thedas for ages must be rebuilt, and the malcontents utterly crushed. We cannot allow anarchists to threaten the lives of the innocent. After we have restored sanity to the world, there will be time to address voices of dissent.
Actually, I think you fit the criteria perfectly, Vivienne.
Me? My dear Inquisitor, Thedas will never accept a mage as divine.
With Andraste's herald supporting you, what can they do?
You do have a point, and I suppose there's no better way to restore order than to do it myself. If the clerics could be persuaded to consider me, and it's not impossible, I could hardly refuse now, could I? We will have to be very mindful of everything we do and say, for the Conclave certainly is doing the same. If they look to the Inquisition to provide a sign of the Maker's will, we will have to give them the right one. You walked physically through the Fade. Please tell me what you remember.
I had visions. Echoes of what happened to me the first time. The Divine was there. Like her.
Manifestations of your own mind, perhaps? Or external memories awakened by your presence? I suppose there's no way to tell. No one else has physically entered the Fade since the Magisters assaulted the Golden City. Oh, I'm positively envious right now.
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
Alright, Vivienne. I'm gonna try and make Vivienne the Divine. I like her better, you know, for the Divine. Last time I chose Cassandra. But I don't really think Cassandra fits the bill for Divine. Not because of looks or anything. Because of her attitude and aggressiveness. Plus, she's a secret.
Early to vinter history. all these gifts to the Inquisition, and the best they can do is the Malefica Imperio. Trite propaganda. But if you want 20 volumes on where the Divine Galatea took a shit on Sunday, this is evidently the place to find it.
I see. My library isn't up to your exacting standards.
It's alarmingly chaotic. I found a copy of the Oribalian in what seemed to be the Antivan Classics section.
How scandalous. Someone alert the Magisterium.
You laugh, but in some places there are punishments for that. Did I see something by Genitivi here? I could have sworn.
What is this about, Dorian?
When everyone returned, they told us about your tumble into the Abyssal Rift. You went into the Fade. Physically went in. Are you... all right?
Stroud is gone.
The Fade is an ordeal under normal circumstances. To be the only real thing there, beyond description. That you made it out at all is a miracle. You do realize this feat hasn't been performed in over 1,000 years. Corypheus and his contemporaries entered the Fade and began the Blights. In comparison,
You're right. I was fortunate.
indeed. Although there is cause for concern. If you can walk in the Fade, others will try to follow. Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash. My advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
That's a good idea.
There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's exactly the sort of thing I want to stop back home. This I don't need. What I do need is a copy of the Liberarum. I'll wager I can find Corypheus' real name. If I can prove he was a grasping ankle-biter with no family to speak of, the luster will come right off. Wish me luck. Questions.
I should go.
As you wish.
Alright, so that was Dorian and Vivian. I'll talk to Solus in a minute. I'm gonna go upstairs and talk to Liliana. We are just following up on the thoughts of all our friends. Excuse me, Elf.
Inquisitor, I have been thinking. You remember everything now? Yes. The explosion at Haven, Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you. But only you emerged in the end. Why were you the only survivor?
I'm gonna tell you how it is, Liliana.
She knew it was either her or me. She wanted me to live.
Of course she did. That's just like her. Her message to me. I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Did you say anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember.
I'm sorry, Liliana. That was it.
There are no answers in the Fade. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead. I failed her.
She failed to teach you the lesson of morality, Liliana. Of being yourself instead of only thinking about her well-being. All you think about is others. Think about yourself sometime.
A message from Divine Justinia.
Dead people usually don't send messages.
And I see you feel it necessary to inform me of this. This message was
It's a
written
joke,
months,
Liliana.
perhaps
Jeez.
even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village.
See what I'm
on the
saying?
sea.
Not everything has dark meaning, Liliana. Jeez.
Why hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the chantry there for many years before she became the divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
Do you know what you're looking for?
The divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
Is this you asking permission to leave for a bit?
Well, yes. I can't imagine I'll be away from my post for very long. And I was hoping you would agree to come with me. Will you at least consider it? One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the chantry in
On the
Valence.
battlefield
Try
with
not
you,
to delay.
Lilian. In honor it is. Maybe I could teach you to lighten up a little. Anything new?
I didn't get the chance to say so earlier, but welcome back to Skyhold. After that terrible journey through the Fade, it must feel good to stand on solid ground again.
I'm thankful to be back. No one should enter the faith physically.
You've done it twice now. Shall I count you fortunate or unfortunate?
A little of both, Lilian. Alright, next is our brother Solus, who is downstairs. We don't talk to everybody. Solus, you're the one I want to talk to the most out of everybody. Teach you to lighten up a little. Now, him I want to teach to not be so shallow and sad. He's like, well, he lives up to his name. He's emotionalist. It's kind of creepy.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
He has lost his army, and he has lost Orlais. That eliminates military or political means to rebuild Tevinter. He will need to demonstrate that no one in this world can stand against his magic. It will not be subtle.
We'll talk later.
I'm surprised Solus doesn't have anything to say to me.
We'll talk later.
I walked in the fate. You don't want to know? Is he mad because he didn't get to go? He probably is. Alright then. There's only a couple people to see. Varric. He didn't have nothing to say. He mad he didn't get to go. He gotta be.
I knew Stroud, not well. He led the Wardens near Kirkwall. Not many people knew who he was, but the man was a hero when it mattered. He wasn't the first good man to fall to Corypheus. He won't be the last. This story's no good for heroes.
Some of us heroes will make it. We're just too amazing to die.
Well, if we're both still standing at the end of all this, I'll buy the drinks. Hawk asked me to tell everyone back in Kirkwall where he's going. I'll have to let Carver know. I'm sure he'll take it well. I'd better write some letters. Excuse me.
So Solus didn't have nothing to say to me about walking in the Fade. You think he'd be the one that'd be most interested?
Sorry, I really need to write some letters. Another time, alright?
Alrighty. Alright, so that was Varric. I already talked to Vivian, Dorian, and Liliana. I guess I should go talk to Josephine and then we'll head to the people outside. And also we got a prisoner to judge, but I'll do that last.
We've an interesting development, Mister. A petition from citizens of Val Royal. They wish to know what Andraste said to me.
these petitioners, Andraste said she cares for us always, as she walks by the Maker's side.
A fine sentiment. We will have it proclaimed in Valroy. A pleasure.
Where were you raised, Josephine?
I was born in Antiva City, but when I turned 15, Mother declared I'd attend finishing school in Valroy. But I bowled into her skirts the day I had to leave.
What did you learn at this finishing school in Val Royale?
Among other things, mathematics, rhetoric, poetry, history, logic, and a great deal of etiquette. I still remember Madame Valentir's switch on my knuckles when I forgot the basic tenets of Nevaran dining customs. For a dowager approaching her 80th year, she had quite the arm.
How did the younger you like Val Royale when you arrived?
Have you ever stepped into a new city and felt the buildings couldn't possibly be real? That was Valroy to me. So beautifully foreign. I gaped at its spires for months.
Does Antiva City have nothing that compares to Val Royale?
Antiva City is a jewel among the capitals. But I did not appreciate that before it happened. There are multitudes of places I'd like to see. Saharan, the Yanderfels, whatever lies past the Amaranthine Ocean.
You haven't really gone into detail about how you know Liliana.
We met... let me think. We met the last few years of my schooling, but we became friends after I became ambassador to Quebec. It seems terrifyingly long ago now.
How exactly did you and Liliana reconnect in the Inquisition?
I discovered my family had been overcharging a merchant we traded with. Our name carries a great deal of trust in Antiva. I spent weeks arranging a string of favors as suitable recompense. Apparently satisfied, the merchant extended me an invitation to her estate. Liliana greeted me in place of the merchant.
I assume there was more to it than a strange way to say hello.
It was a test of sorts. Liliana claimed she needed someone of painful integrity for the Inquisition. I accepted, once she finally explained what it was.
Do you remain close?
Yes, but she's grown so much more distant than the outgoing woman I met in Valroy. Liliana used to wander the Orlesian courts, singing the sweetest songs, charming the greatest queens. Now she collects secrets and takes risks that will make empires tremble. I worry her, but she won't hear it.
Has Liliana confided in you?
She enjoys revisiting our more disastrous adventures. Liliana used to concoct the most ridiculous plans. Run, if you ever see her with a twine ball, a measuring stick, and a handkerchief.
Let's speak later.
Another time.
A twine ball, a measuring stick, and a handkerchief. What the frick is she gonna do with that? Sew some clothes? Alright, might as well judge the prisoner. I mean, we're right here.
Adamant's influence continues, your worship. I submit Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, who remains loyal to Corypheus. We found him alive, offering extreme resistance, likely because the Order will ask for his head. In more colorful terms. To say nothing of justice you might personally require for what was suffered in the Fade.
Countless better men and women than you are dead. Why shouldn't this be quick?
I recognize none of this proceeding. You have no authority to judge me.
On the contrary, many officials have communicated that they will defer to the Inquisitor on this matter.
Because they fear. Not just Corypheus, but Tebinta, rightful ruler of every piece of ground you trod in your pathetic life. I serve a living God. Bring down your blades and free me from the physical. Glory awaits me.
Then I will put you in a prison. Nah, tranquility.
You are the worst of us. The damage you have done is beyond all reckoning. A mage's crime, a mage's punishment. Lord Livius Aramund of Verantium, I deny you death. Tranquility.
You cannot! I'm a lord, you pissats! I will not lose myself!
Another of the lingering pains of Adamant, your worship. Sir Ruth is a senior warden of the Order. She was one of the many who slit the throat of another to bind a demon. She does not contest this. In fact, she surrendered to us. She requests no mercy. She wants the public justice of the headman's axe.
You're very serious about this. Is more death the answer?
There is no excuse for my actions. I murdered another of the Order. That blood marks me more than the Blight ever could.
Accepting their actions while thralls of Corypheus, many treaties allow wardens any extreme if it opposes the Blight.
I can't do it. I can't use the greater good to justify my crimes, as if it would create a future I could be a part of. It is wrong that this broke me. I've done worse with full sanction. I can do nothing except be an example of the cost.
Okay, guys, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna forgive her. I don't want to humiliate her. Sending her to the deep roads is the same as saying go die. So we will put her in jail.
Wardens are a special breed, apparently. Sir Ruth of the Wardens. I won't help you die, but you can pay. Lock her up.
What does this do? Nothing. Just nothing.
You have time to reflect on your actions and be an example like you asked for. I won't kill you. Don't dirty my hands like you dirtied yours. You can be that very example, and many can come to you for guidance. You can show them the error of your ways. You will live the rest of your days in imprisonment, and if you serve unjustly like you say, you'll pay for forgiveness. You'll pray for your forgiveness every day of your breath. Alright guys, I made a medical bay. I'm going to show you that. Now down here is the jail. I'll show you the medical bay in a second. Let's go visit our first prisoner in jail, because she's the first person who I have locked up. I accidentally sent that goat guy to the guillotine. That was a total accident because I didn't know what the guillotine did.
No one to watch over, your worship.
Really, because I put her in jail.
You've made short work of it.
Alright. I'm gonna teleport out of here because I'm just too lazy to walk back up these steps. Let's go see Blackwall first. I just threw it in there, so they probably gotta wait to adjust her and all that stuff. Blackwall's in here with the horses.
Someone I knew once described Adamant to me. Adamant is, and always will be, the Order, he said. A guardian on the edge of the abyss. The lone soul that stares into oblivion and doesn't waver. That's what Warden Commander Clorel tried to be. Well, they all tried to be. None of the wardens we saw wavered. They gave their lives willingly. They died for us. And Corypheus twisted their sacrifice to make it his own. Clorel thought she was the only one who could save the world. It was arrogant. But her intentions were pure. Her desire to protect was so great it led her astray. It's not right. To want good, to be good, and have that turned against you.
Don't think of what went wrong. Think of their intentions, their sacrifice. Honor their selflessness.
Chlorel made mistakes, but she was a great woman, and she died a great woman. It's not the armor or the trappings of the Order. It's not the joining. At the heart of it, all a warden is a promise. To protect others, even at the cost of your own life. Want a drink? I've a hankering for company. When I was a boy, there were these urchins who roamed the streets near my father's house. One day, they found a dog. A wretched little thing. It came to them for food. I caught it, tied a rope around its neck, strung it up. Do you know what I did?
I wasn't there, how should I know?
I did nothing. Not a damn thing. It was crying. I saw the kicking legs, the neck straining and twisting, and I turned around, went inside, and closed the door. I could have told my father, or alerted someone. I didn't. I just pretended it wasn't happening.
You said you were just a boy.
I was old enough to know the dog was suffering and that it was wrong. I may as well have tied the noose myself. We could make the world better. It's just easier to shut our eyes.
When we first met, you were saving peasants from demons and outlaws. You're not a man who shuts his eyes. A little insane, maybe.
Of course you'd make light of it. You make saving the world look easy. The rest of us can only dream of matching what you've done. Don't you see? It's not just about what happened back then. There's always some dog out there. Some fucking mongrel that doesn't know how
no
to stay
cussing.
away.
Well, I'm not sure how to say.
Inquisitor? What's the current mood? Sprightly. What's the word out there?
Don't tell Corypheus, but learning about his servants has affected how people view him, and it's, I think, negatively.
As you were.
I guess Bull is next, and then Sarah.
Come on! This is why the Qun doesn't like women fighting. I should have asked Cullen.
Perhaps you can take over.
Qunari training exercise to master your fear. Been a while since I needed it, but that nightmare demon was big.
Can you explain why I'm supposed to hit you with this stick?
Probably, if I try. It'd involve a lot of Qunari words, though. Just hit me with the stick, alright? I need to get over this demon crap.
Alright.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Damn demon. Who's stuck in the fade, huh? nightmare wanted to tear you in half. Not a chance. Piece of vein, piece of crap. And who killed you? That's right. I are fucking bored.
No cussing.
I needed that. Thanks, boss.
So you were scared, Bull? Wow. I didn't think you could get scared.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about it?
We just did.
He can get scared? Dude, look at you. Huh. I didn't think Bull was capable of fear. Cassandra?
Writing does not come naturally to me, as I'm certain you can imagine.
Find someone else to do it.
This must be in my own words, as if written by a dim-witted child. Historians will one day ask what happened at Adamant Fortress, in the Fade. I wasn't there, but others were. Their accounts must be recorded.
What you write could be used against the Inquisition.
Ha! And everything else we do paints us in such an innocent light. Do not be concerned. I am a poor writer, but not unaware of the weight my words might carry. I still don't know what to say about the spirit of the divine. The Chantry teaches us that the souls of the dead pass through the Fade, so it could have been her. Yet even so...
Do you really think it might have been her? A ghost?
A ghost. A remnant of her hopes and memories. Her lingering will to do good. Those things are all possible. Nobody knows for certain what happens after we die. A spirit could have assumed her form. But why? It helped you, as Justinia herself would have.
Perhaps it doesn't matter what she really was then.
It matters to me, to what I must write. I wish I'd seen her, seen it. I feel so inadequate trying to interpret.
I believe it was the Divine. She helped us one last time.
I hope that's true. I want to believe it. When they told me you were physically in the Fade, I was terrified for you. The last time such a thing happened, we created Darkspawn. We created Corypheus. The world needs to know the truth this time. No more legends lost to the ages.
So they just love putting me in random areas, huh? Oh, that's gonna hurt. Alright, where am I? Oh, in the blacksmith house. Alright, let's talk at Cassandra one last time. Isn't she right here? There she is.
Is there anything you need?
Do you have any advice for me?
It seems that Corypheus searches for elven artifacts. That's hardly surprising. The winter power is based on what those vultures scavenged from the ancient elves. Whatever advantage he hopes to gain, we need to stop him at once.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Dun, 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 dun. It's been a while, hey? Scouter.
Hey.
So what's up?
What's been going on?
Seeker Cassandra came through here, looking like a storm cloud. That's just her face, though, isn't it?
What's been going on?
They've done a lot with this place. I'm impressed.
What's been going on?
Not much. Usual. Nice of you to ask.
Yeah, we just following up with friends, so there will be no battles and stuff, okay? One more chat with Bull.
Yes. How are we doing with the Ben Hasrath?
We're coordinating with your Legion military. A lot easier with that crap at Halamshar all done. The Venatori are still considered a cult in Tevinter. Even the Vince think these guys are crazy. If Qunari forces maneuver right, we're hoping to get the Vince fighting the Venatori. That should buy Orlais some time to get its shit together and push from the south.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Alright, Sarah and Cole.
Inquisitor.
Yes. Sarah first, since she's down here.
Sarah. About Adamant and what happened in the Fade. What was that for?
Shut up and listen, yeah? Never again. You hear me? Everyone is pretending it made sense. Demons and visions and all of it. The Fade isn't real. And I saw nothing. Nothing. They were like little empty things. Like there's nothing in the dark. No point. Stupid, right? That shouldn't be scary, like it was. I'd have taken spiders. Like you. You're scared of spiders. All of them. Even little ones.
It's really only the enormous, dangerous ones.
Well, that's good, because little ones are everywhere. It's stupid to think about anyway. Everybody going on about imaginary stuff when real people died. Probably. Stroud, yeah? Lost a serious moustache there. And in trade, a busted down bunch of wardens. And they're always weird. Usually, bad stuff happens first, so you're glad when the hero shows up. But wardens are the wrong way round. They're the good thing that means a bad thing is about to happen. Like in Denerim, when the Blight ended.
It must have been rough living through the Blight.
Someone yells Darkspawn, and then nothing happens for a long time. Then wardens show up and take your stuff. Or, you know, some prick noble takes your stuff because wardens may ask for it. Then you steal it back. So whatever. The first ones in line to screw everyone weren't Darkspawn. That's all I'm saying. Blackwall's nice, though. Different from the Adamant ones. Need more like him. Hey you have time? It's not a question, let's go. I've got something I want to do for you. Just come. You won't need your gear and stuff.
Sarah, explain.
Ah, just come on, will you? I haven't wanted to do this with anyone for a long time.
We're eating on a roof.
They're horrible, right? And raisins. Ugh. I freaking still hate cookies.
Why am I sitting on a roof eating awful baked goods?
I got caught stealing when I was little, yeah? You get alienage or worse for that, but the Lady Emerald took me in. She was sick and couldn't have children. I had no parents. It worked out. Anyway, she gets a year sicker, so I ask her about cookies. Because mums make cookies. I can pass that down or something. Turns out, she couldn't cook. She missed that talk with her mom. The one she made, she bought and pretended. Ah, right. Well, no, she was a bitch. She
Abolish, no
hid
cussing.
by keeping me away from the baker. She did that by lying that he didn't like me, didn't like elves. She let me hate so she could protect her pride. I hated him so much, and I hated... Well, she died. And I hate pride. Pride cookies. But this Inquisition thing is working out, so I figured I could make some Inquisition cookies? Because then I could like them again. Oh, it's stupid.
I don't understand. This Lady Emerald was just trying to be good to you.
She hurt me.
It was just cookies.
It was not just cookies. Lie to herself, fair play, only hurts her. But she made me think there was something wrong with me. And the baker? I made his life shit. Why not? It seemed like he deserved it. I mean, if you don't give a child a cookie because of appearances, you're a monster. Stupid pride or noble. I know I said it was stupid. That's why I want to get rid of it. I want to make better cookies.
You know what? That would be great.
See, I knew. Wait, really? Because it seemed friggin' daft every step to me. Suppose it's not really about them. I hate learning lessons. Makes my stomach hurt. Anyway, I'll throw this rubbish away. Next time will be better, yeah?
Sarah. Anytime. Can we get off the roof now?
Oh, yes, please. It smells like bird and dank. This part, not a good idea. Thanks, yeah. Feels good, this.
Quasimodo, you found Esmeralda. Though she's a weird Esmeralda. Sarah?
Can't wait, what's on?
Do you have any worries about how my magic is developing?
Really? You have to ask what's so bad about the magic stuff. Necro, whatever. Necro doesn't mean Sarah happy.
Necromancer. The manipulation of spirits.
Not helping. I don't understand that stuff. It's scary to anyone smart enough to think for a second. You shouldn't be scary. You're the Inquisitor.
What has you so scared?
You really don't know? Most people are scared. I mean, there's lots of mages here, but most never see one. Never. You're weird, and I know you, so you're not scary. But lots of people don't know you. I don't want you to be just a scary mage.
Don't be silly. I'm not that scared.
Ha ha ha, real funny. Fine, I'm fine with it. Be scary and a shit. Just so we're clear though, that corpse stuff is friggin' weird.
Are things playing out the way you expected?
About time we turned around on this Cariffy whatever. Make him feel like he's on the wrong end of the dogs for once, yeah?
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Again with your people. Right, which ones?
What about Cole?
I'm not saying nothing about that. That thing is just wrong.
What about Solus?
Solus? His head's crammed up 1,000 years ago.
Any thoughts about Warden Blackwall?
He's too good, right? I'd like to see him out of that uniform. Not like that.
Anything to say about Varric?
Varric? Too clever. Always saying something, but never saying it straight.
Thoughts about Cassandra?
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though. I'd stand behind her in front of anything.
Thoughts on Iron Bull?
It makes me wonder about things. I mean, what do the women look like? Woof.
What's your opinion of Vivienne?
She's a bitch, but she knows.
No cussing.
Better.
What about
Or heard she used to play. But that'd be mad. Now Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less mess. Knows her business. We have to have it. And Cullen, I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it. Nice hair, though.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
Alright, so that was Sarah. Next is Cole. And I gotta meet Cullen too, but let's go to Cole. To get to Cole, all you gotta do is go up the stairs and through the door. So yeah, this whole episode is just me checking in on my friends.
No. But you like demons. I enjoy the company of spirits, yes, which is part of why I do not abuse them with bindings. It isn't abuse if I ask. Not always true. Also, I do not practice blood magic, which renders this entire conversation academic. He won't bind me. He's a mage and he likes demons, but he won't help.
Why would you want Solus to bind you?
So I'm safe. If Solus won't do the ritual to bind me, someone else could. Will. Like the Warden mages. And then I'm not me anymore. Rules around what I want. Blocking, bleeding, making me a monster.
Isn't it extreme for Solus to bind you? What if that takes away the part of you that makes you, you?
Helping makes me who I am. I help the hurting. That is what I do. All I do. Am. Me. And if binding you erases your mind? Your consciousness? You wouldn't make me hurt innocent people. I don't want to hurt innocent people again.
There has to be some middle ground between do nothing and bind Cole with blood magic.
Indeed. I recall stories of amulets used by Raveni seers to protect spirits they summoned from rival mages. A spirit, wearing an amulet of the Unbound, was immune to blood magic and binding. It should protect Cole as well. The resources of the Inquisition could be used to find such a talisman. Good. They will not take me.
So Cole doesn't want to be bound. I'm gonna show you guys the med bay real quick. It's really nothing here.
Your worship.
But here's the medical bay that I decided to build. There's nothing in it. Alright, let's go back to Cole and then we'll see Cullen up these stairs. Those stairs. Sorry this episode is boring, but we are following up on what all our friends think after the encounter in the Fade. I'm just gonna go this way because it's taking forever. I'm ready to be done with this. I'm sleepy.
Inquisitor.
I'm about to go ahead and beat the game so I can be done with it.
It started out helping, taking the fear away. I won't take too much. I am not that.
So Cole, I'll talk to you later.
How do you know?
I'll send the Inquisition to look for the amulet. Let's go upstairs to Cullen. I think he's the last one. Nope, we gotta talk to Morrigan too. Did I introduce you guys to Morrigan? I'm not sure if I did, but I think I did the way for color. I'm pretty sure I introduced you to Morgan. He's the last person besides Morgan to talk to.
You are well regarded.
Sure, I'd be more appreciative if I knew your history.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. Inquisitor.
I'd be perfectly happy never again setting foot in the Winter Palace. It wasn't the gossip and backstabbing for that what the game entails. The indifference to it all.
Showing interest reveals weakness, something nobles are quick to exploit.
No doubt you're right. The Chantry can be the same. Their politics are less extravagant, but just as heated. The Empress rules a country. The Divine influences half a continent.
May I ask you something?
Of course.
Do you think Templars should cease to exist?
No. I may have chosen to leave that life, but I respect those who remain. Magic ungoverned could tear the world apart. It's doing so now. Templars are trained and able to confront such dangers.
What would you suggest?
Some call the Circle a prison that can only breed resentment. Perhaps opportunities to work outside the Circle. A mixed military service or healers' clinics with Templar support. And there must be a safer way for Templars to leave. Templars can lose their memories to Lyrium. Some call it a gift, to forget the failed heroines, the demons. Some atrocities haunt me still. But to lose what good I can do. I nearly lost my mind once. It is no gift.
Do you think that could work? Would people accept it?
Mages would be watched, but couldn't pursue interests outside the Circle. Neither freedom nor prison. I don't know.
The Inquisition won't last forever. What will you do when this is over?
To be honest, I haven't given it much thought until recently. I'm not used to having so many possibilities.
You've mentioned siblings. With everything that's happening, do you know if they're all right?
I've received word from my eldest sister. She was always good at tracking me down. South Reach has experienced the same chaos as everywhere else. My family is fine. Pray they remain so.
Your sister tracked you down? You didn't know where you were?
I let her know I was in Haven. She assumed I survived. It's not the first time. I may have neglected to tell her when I was transferred to Kirkwall.
Why?
I wasn't in a good state. I wanted only to leave. I received an angry letter about my disappearance 2 years later. For all her reprimands, it was a relief to hear from someone who knew me before the blight.
You still regret the man you became after leaving Ferelden?
After the Ferelden Circle, I thought all mages were like the ones there. Knight Commander Meredith's methods were harsh, but they kept people safe.
You said Meredith was unstable.
She was my Knight Commander. I had no reason to distrust her. She wasn't wrong about the blood mages at Kirkwall. Meredith encouraged my anger towards the mages. Only so far it would go. She knew that too. I was her second in command. She kept decisions from me, those I would question. I believed she was serving the city. I never thought to question her. Not until it was too late.
I hope you find the Inquisition's leadership more agreeable.
I am confident you will see us through to the end. The Inquisition is my chance to atone. I will not see it fail.
That's all I wanted to know.
Should you require anything, I'll be here. Yes?
Is there anything I should know?
Many of our recruits viewed the Grey Wardens as heroes. To see how far they've fallen, it's disheartening.
That's all for now.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
Alright. There's one more person to talk to, and that's Morgan. Let's go. And we'll plant a new seed in this garden. As soon as I find where to plant it at, here it is. We don't need any more gooseberry. I need elf root. And something else. I think it was black lotus or dawn lotus. I don't remember what lotus it was. Alright, Morgan. What is it?
There is a problem that needs your attention, Christian.
Haven't spoken to the mother yet.
Inquisitor, the soldiers say you banished the demons at Adamant and freed the Grey Warden mages. I understand from Sister Liliana that the truth is somewhat more complex, but no less extraordinary. She said that you spoke with a figure in the Fade that seemed to be the soul of divine Justinian. I suspect many of the faithful would like to know what Justinia told you.
She helped me remember what happened at the conclave. The Maker didn't give me the mark on my hand. We struck in battle. And Andraste didn't send me. The figure everyone saw was divine Justinia.
So it is as you have always maintained. You must feel quite vindicated.
I'm relieved to have any worries about Andraste or the Maker put aside. This is now a battle of mortals and magic. One we can win.
Then I will save my own ruminations about faith and belief, and simply pray for your success, Inquisitor. It is wise that you do not let what happened in the Fade spread, however. Some would not understand. Now, is there anything I can help you with?
Can you tell me anything about Corypheus?
I know nothing of the man personally. The Chanter likes
Oh, this is taking forever. I've heard enough about Corypheus. I got one more headache to talk to, and that is Vivienne. I don't know how to get that area. Not Vivienne, excuse me. Where is she? Morrigan. I already spoke with Vivienne. I'm tired.
I understand you have spared the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them. 'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, it will no doubt be needed. Or so they would have us believe.
I'd like to know more about you.
If you have questions, then ask.
I leave you to the guard.
Of course.
Okay, so Morgan has nothing to say.
We'll be heading into the Arbor Wilds very soon, Inquisitor. Trust me when I say, wherever the Illuvian is hidden, it is worth any effort to prevent Corypheus from acquiring it.
What work have you been doing to help us?
Currently, my efforts are focused on determining what Corypheus is, and from where his power comes. The elven orb he carries is what draws my attention. I wonder if the power he used to tear open the Fade in fact came from you. Perhaps it is even the source of your anchor. If I learn of its origin, I may also learn what Corypheus now intends, as well as his weaknesses.
Is it even possible that Corypheus can succeed?
Black City exists. Wherever one goes in the Fade, it is visible in the sky. The last time Corypheus and his cohort stormed its doors, they unleashed the Blight upon the world. This time, perhaps he might indeed gain untold power, becoming something unto a god. It is also possible he could unleash something far worse than the Blights. So yes, Corypheus could succeed in his goal. If not, his attempt alone could destroy the world.
Corypheus says I'm a rival. Does that mean...
Could you become a god? That depends. Are you prepared to use your anchor to enter Black City?
No. Never.
Tell Corypheus that, and see if he believes you.
Do you know anything about his dragon?
It has the appearance of an archdemon. Of that, I am certain. A true archdemon, however, is supposedly the corrupted form of an old god. Has Corypheus actually dug up one of the ancient prisons? If so, why has a new blight not begun? His dragon is something else, something connected to his blighted nature as well as his magic. Beyond that, I cannot say.
I could use your company for my excursions outside Skyhold.
I have spent my share of time wandering the wilderness in the company of others, Inquisitor. Thank you for the invitation, but for now I will restrict my efforts to researching the arcane.
However you can help, it's appreciated.
Continue prodding at Corypheus, Inquisitor. Elicit a reaction, and we may yet learn from it.
I leave you to the guard.
As you like.
Alright, so that was that. I'll do the rest later. Going to the war table is the last step of everyone's thoughts. When I come back, I'm going to go to a place where I can get the next level of armor for my mages, make them new weapons, and all that jazz, and then fight 2 more dragons and progress the story.
Next attack. What's the state of the Inquisition?
We're well loved in Orlais. Say the words and Empress Celine will send her support.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of pet demons. With Orlais' support, our numbers match his. Corypheus' followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
That's what we want. Demoralized soldiers fall first. Where is Corypheus now?
After Adamant, Corypheus uprooted his major strongholds and sent them marching south to the Arbor Wilds. His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
They've terrorized Thetis long enough. We end them now. If Corypheus is hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we'll go.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
His people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more. What he hopes to find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one. Fortunately, I can assist.
You have my attention, Lady Morgan.
What Corypheus seeks in those Forgotten Woods is as ancient as it is dangerous.
Which is?
Is best if I show you.
Alright, I wasn't expecting to do a mission right now, but that's it, guys. I most definitely was not trying to... Oh, wait, hold on.
Is an illuvian, an elven artifact from a time long before their empire was lost to human greed. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
You can restore an artifact like this?
There was a price, but one I gladly paid. I found legends of an elven temple within the Arbor Wilds, untouched. It proved too dangerous to approach, and thus I turned elsewhere to find my prize. If Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed where I failed. The illuvian would be his.
What does it
Very
do?
sleepy.
A more appropriate question would be, where does it lead?
Alright, look, I'm gonna cut this vid short. I'm so tired. I was not expecting this to lead me on another journey. I'm sorry, but y'all will see whatever this is another time. Cause I am tired. It's like 5 in the morning. What time is it? It's late. God dang it. I was not trying to be up. See y'all later. Bye.